In John chapter 11, verse 25, Jesus says, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live. Whoever lives and believes in me shall never die. Beautiful, wonderful promise of our faith. But is it just for then? Or is it also for now? And isn't there something about living in resurrection life now? So I can't get away from this Easter theme. It happened 5 weeks ago or so. That we live in it, that we're Easter people somehow. How do we live in that resurrection life now? Maybe it has something to do with seeing miracles and seeing that everything is a miracle in some way. But there's a fascinating line in the Council of Nicaea came up with this, a little church history lesson. The Nicene Creed. And there's a fascinating revision in the last line of that creed that says, look for the resurrection of the dead and the life of the world to come. So to be people of faith is to look for resurrection all around us all the time, and to look for the life of the world to come, not just then, but now and every moment, all the time, in all ways, perhaps. So as we come into the spring season, I'm reminded of a poem, one of my favorite poems of all time by Mary Oliver. And I think I can quote for you the first and the last part of it, but it says this, in Snow Geese, oh, to love what is lovely and will not last, such is the task of anyone or anything, and yet it is ours, and not just by the century and the years, but by the hours. And then she goes into a story where in the fall she saw snow geese flying overhead. And then the end of the poem goes something like this. You know, I may never see them again, maybe someday I will, but what matters is when I saw them, as if through the veil, secretly, joyfully, and clearly. You see, life is full of resurrection, new life miracles everywhere all the time, but we fail to see it. We take it all for granted, and we forget, and we become stressed and anxious and just miss life happening all around us all the time. So maybe one of the spiritual disciplines that we can do this spring, and I try to do it and remind my kids and family to do it, is to see the buds. See the buds in the trees. And maybe it's not too late where you live already. In Minnesota, we still have some buds that are late in coming. But to see that green, to see that resurrection life, it's a sign, it's an exclamation point almost of resurrection life right here, reminding us of it. And to see the green in the new leaves, there's no green like it. That fresh green, new green. To see it and to be reminded of resurrection life. Einstein, I think it was, who said, we can live our lives in two ways. One is as if nothing is a miracle. The other is as if everything is a miracle. So what if we lived that way, and we see it in nature all around us all the time? Miracle, resurrection, transformation. So maybe the spiritual discipline is seeing the buds, seeing the tulips and the daffodils come through the ground, and being reminded of the true, really real life. And then maybe also looking for miracles everywhere. I've heard it said that a miracle is simply an extension or an expression of love. Yeah, and what if that was true? Then we see miracles around us all the time, even in the smallest gesture of love. And as we express it, as we extend it, we are resurrection people, we are Easter people, we are extending the life and love of God. What an opportunity to live in this way, richly and fully. So maybe you are looking for a miracle. Maybe you'll see it today in nature or in love expressed and extended to you, huh? Maybe today you're looking for a miracle, or maybe other people are looking for a miracle and they will see it in you. In your life and in your love, and they will see in you, they will see the resurrection of the dead and the life of the world to come in you. Man, what a way to live. So, some random thoughts. Take what's helpful and leave the rest. And until next time, may you live all the days of your life.